Hey guys, I am doing some admin sharing this live. We will start off at exactly 1 o'clock, but if you are on, make sure you have a pen and paper because school is about to go in session at 1 with myself, and I have a special guest to help us make sure this is a very informative session for you. So let me know if you can hear me, see me well, and that you are ready to learn how to kill it live when you're selling. All right, just let me know. Hi, Andrea. Okay, I'm just sharing, so I am not ignoring. Just make sure that I'm coming out loud and clear. And the lighting as well. I'm in a different part of the house, so I'm not sure how that works, but let me. And that you are ready to learn how to kill it. Awesome. Rhonda, I hear you say you can hear me, can hear and see. Good morning, Darla. Hey, Giovanna. Hey, Vera. Hey, Darla. How's everyone doing this Sunday? I am not ignoring you. I'm just trying to share and do the admin portion because I don't have somebody to do that for me, but just trying to share. But we will kick this off exactly at 1 o'clock. If you don't already have a pen and paper handy, definitely you need to get there because I am going to be giving a lot of information. So make sure you have pen and paper handy on this, okay? And while you are joining, let me know where everyone is joining us from. I am in Annapolis, Maryland. It is a beautiful, gorgeous day out here today. But let me know, what's the weather like and where are you joining in from? Manassas, Virginia. Yes, it is a beautiful day. This is beautiful. Hey, Paige. Paige is calling in or joining us out from Italy. Hey, Sadiqa. Love the top. Yes, this is a top that I got from one of the lives from New Digs Consignment. Absolutely love it. I love color. And in a day like this, it's woo. It's a beautiful top. Thank you. And the earrings. Thanks, Paige. I got these earrings from a local vendor here in Annapolis who sells jewelry. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at the color. I mean, I know some people are against color, but let me tell you, you're missing out on life if you're against color in this, it's just gorgeous. Okay, I'm just going to be sharing this live. First beach day of the year. Social distancing actually makes it nice. Love it. Hey, Margarita from San Diego. Hey, Wanda. Chicago. Nice. Anne. As I was saying before, we are going to have a special guest joining us to make this even more, give you everything we know. So after today, everyone's live should be amazing. Everyone should kill it, selling, buying. It should be an amazing experience for everyone. So I am very happy to do this. Just make sure you have a pen and paper handy, because I'm definitely going to be giving out information that you should want to take it down and make sure you incorporate it as you move forward, especially if you're going to be doing lives in the group. Okay, I'm just sharing the information that we are live, but we will start at exactly 1 o'clock. All right, and if you have questions during this live, please go ahead. I have my computer with me, so I'm going to try to answer all your questions as well. So if you have questions, you can, if you want, you can start throwing them in there, and we can get to them as we go through. But I do have an agenda of how I'll walk through what we're doing to make it easy for everyone. And as I said, we're going to start at 1 o'clock. Let's see. Alexandria is in the house. Nice, nice. Phyllis, hi, good afternoon. Kelly, how are you? Liz, how are you? I feel like I need a personal assistant to help me with running my lives because it's a lot of admin stuff that goes in here, but I'm glad I'm able to do this, because I'm hoping that this will help you guys move forward in running lives and doing lives, and especially those who haven't done one yet in thinking of doing one. So I hope this is beneficial in the end for you. We have 6 minutes left, so just hang out with us for a little bit. Make sure you have a pen and paper, because I'm going to be giving a lot of information. So this is definitely, school is in session at 1 o'clock. So make sure you have your pen, paper, and a drink. I'm actually probably going to need to get me something too. And if there's anyone you think that should be listening to this, you could go ahead and share as well, so that they could be brought into the, brought in and hear the information. I'm not a reseller, however, I do have items I would like to post. You send me a link, but the link doesn't have time, so for just listing in the group, can you please help me with this option? Okay, Monique, we will get to the posting as well. Thank you for the question. And if you see that I've rambled on and didn't get to your question, please go ahead and repost it. Right now, I'm just sharing the live, especially for those who had commented that they wanted to come in. But we are starting at exactly 1 o'clock because there's a lot of information, and I have a special guest that is also going to be joining me in helping you guys navigate through this and actually, you know, do well when you go live. Okay, any more questions? Good afternoon to you all. Over. It's morning for you. Oh, wow. Where are you where it's morning still? Probably another day. Or is it California? I mean, we're behind. If it's California, it's probably 3 hours behind. Hello, Glennis, Kathy, Oakland, California. Yeah. So you guys are definitely still just waking up for some people. I've been up since about 6 this morning. So, and no reason in particular. I just couldn't sleep. So, hopefully I'll be able to go to bed early tonight. All right. About 2 minutes left and we will begin. And I am joined, Karen Charles of Thrifting Atlanta is going to be co-running this with me, and I'll explain why. But that is a great, she is an amazing resource to have or know about lives, because her group and my group are the two largest groups in thrifting on Facebook. And she actually is the one who started the lives and told me, like, hey, you need to make sure the Thrifting Divas have this opportunity. And so we work together a lot on all these different events and things like that. So she's going to be co-hosting with me, so questions can go to either her or myself. But we will be giving you a lot of information in 2 minutes. Please have a pen and paper ready or handy so you can take some notes and as we move forward on this. She's been up since 5. Yeah. Yeeks. Okay, let's see if I could get Corinne on here, and let's begin. Hey. Yeah. Can you just request to go on and then we can start right away? Yeah, I'm not seeing you in the viewers. You have to go into Thrifting Diva on the page. Go to the page itself. Go to the link. Go to the event itself. Yes, thank you. All right, guys, we are good to go. And it's 1 o'clock. Okay. Hello. This is Ayana Peterson, the Thrifting Diva, and today I am running a So you think you want to sell live, and all the tips, lessons learned, everything that you may want to know before you go live. And we're going to walk this through with you from beginning to end. So please have a pen and paper ready, and let's begin. I'm going to be bringing on with me a special guest, Corinne Charles, who is the founder of Thrifting Atlanta, also Too Stylish K's. And she is one of the biggest thrift influencer there is out there. So if you're not already a part of the Thrifting Atlanta community or following her on Too Stylish K's, you absolutely need to do that, because she is a wealth of information when it comes to thrifting and actually just various events around secondhand fashion. So she is one of my thrifting mentors. So I am going to bring her on. Let's see if this works, which I'm not seeing her to add. Hold on. Gotta love technology all the time. All right, there she is. Hey, Corinne. And so she's being added, and we're doing that. As I said, there you go. Can you hear me?
Hi, Ayana. Hi, Thrifting Divas.
Hey, hey. Okay, perfect. So we have comms, we have no feedback. We can do this now. Okay. And so, Corinne, I was just introducing you for Thrifting Atlanta, the founder of Thrifting Atlanta and Too Stylish K's is the blog, and talking today about lives and how we can do these better, how people could kill it. So I want to start from the beginning all the way to after a live. And so I'm just going to pull up my document here with my agenda. And ladies, whomever is listening, you can give us questions. Corinne, if you can just also look through the questions to see if there are things that we are not covering. Please, we are watching the questions. So if there are things you want answered, please put it in the questions. So I'm going to start off with is basically what is a live shopping party? Because I understand that some people on this live may not know what a live shopping party is. So I'm going to have Corinne answer that, because she is the one who really kicked it off in the thrifting groups that we have now. So Corinne, can you explain what a live shopping party is?
Oh, absolutely. So ladies, a live shopping party is similar to like the home shopping network, where you're able to watch someone showcasing their products. You will be, of course, the seller, and what you're providing the buyers is an opportunity to shop your closet. So if you have items that are still in good condition, that you no longer wear, you no longer love, and instead of letting them just sit in your closet or taking it to a consignment store or just giving it away to a thrift store, you have an opportunity to sell the items and make some extra money. Of course, this extra money could be used for shopping again, or so it's a great way to kind of supplement your wardrobe budget, or maybe to pay off a few bills, to save for a trip when the world opens up again. But it's a really great way to make space in your closet as well. If you have items that you no longer wear, you no longer love, they're still in good condition, it's something that you would be proud to give a best friend, you have an opportunity to do that in both of our groups. And we have thousands of shoppers who are ready, waiting, are serious about buying your items. So take advantage of this platform while the getting is hot.
And that's exactly when you say thousands. I mean, Thrifting Divas has about 65,000. Thrifting Atlanta has about 60,000. And then there's also Thrift Babes, which Sammy Davis runs. And she has thousands of individuals in there, and she does shopping parties too. So you can always, if you want to mix up the group, everyone in each group is not in always, it's not the same exact people in each group. So you may want to mix it up and, do a live in one group or do a live in another. and just mix up your audience, because then that gives you more higher opportunity of selling the items that you have. So at that is thrifting. That is a live. That's what the live shopping parties are. Now, why you should do a live, Corinne kind of answered that, but I'm gonna just tag on to a few couple of points. Is that, you know what? Before we were doing these lives, like I have a ton of clothes that's just I know I'm not wearing anymore, and when I took it to consignment shops, it was just too much of a hassle for me. Like I was just like, you're not you were getting $1 for something that you could probably get five for. It's just a lot. And also, obviously, with COVID, everything was closed anyway, so I couldn't even take it to Goodwill or to Salvation Army or any other places that I normally would do it. So they just sat there. And I know tons of you guys, especially when the summer roll around, you can look through your things and just be like, yeah, this is last season. It's not fitting me well. I don't like it anymore. Not my colors anymore. But you never know who will like exactly what you have. And we say this all the time in the group. You guys put this information in the group all the time, that what I don't like anymore is now your new treasure. Okay. So why not take advantage of this opportunity? And the biggest thing is that you could really make some good money. So I did my first live for the first time, and Corinne has been trying to make me sell clothes for years.
Years.
He's
Yes.
like, Ayana, please sell your clothes. You'll make some extra cash. And I was like, oh no, I don't know who's gonna like my things. I'm not sure about that. Guys, I probably sold, and I was very, very conscious of the price. I wasn't trying to beat anyone over the head with my prices. And I made about $1,000 in that one sale. Okay. And I sold about 78 pieces. Now, to me, that's gold. To me, that's cha-ching.
That's hashtag winning.
Winning. Like, how do you not? Like, and so, yes, it's going to be some work, and I'll tell you how to get there. And, but that was my first time selling. So it wasn't like I had, I did a lot of research, and we'll explain to you what those lessons learned are, but that was gold. And so a lot of people, you can make more, you can make a little less, but it's money now that definitely I'm going to turn back around and shop more, but I don't feel so guilty, because it's like, okay, that's not spending money now. So I could go on these lives, because trust me, I shop these lives. I am right there with y'all, like, what's up with the Wi-Fi? But I love shopping. I love clothes. I love, whatever. But I don't want to spend a lot, and I don't want to put my family in the poorhouse because of my little shopping habit. So being able to do this, I got things out of the house. I got some extra cash. My husband is happy that I am moving things out, and it's a win-win. So this is why you should be doing live. Even if you're not a business, I am really talking to you ladies out there who have a lot of stuff that you haven't worn in 5-6 years, and you really should be able to say, let me move this thing out of here and give lives a chance.
Those should be vintage items. Ayana, 5 or 6 years, that's vintage.
And you can put a vintage price on it. So
yes, you're right. Absolutely.
Vintage, you could put that price up a little more. Okay, so we've talked about what's a live. We've talked about why you should do a live. And now let's talk about how to book a live. So Corinne, can you talk to them a little bit of how they can book a live with you?
Okay, so on my platform, I have, of course, the Thrifting Atlanta website. There's a link called Thrifting Atlanta Live. When you click on that link, it gives you the opportunity to book a live as a reseller. And we define a reseller as someone that buys items with the intention of reselling it on their platform. So if you sell on Poshmark, if you have like a Facebook group or a Facebook page, maybe you have an online store or a boutique, you are considered a reseller because you are not selling items that you have in your closet. So we have that option as a reseller. And for those of you that are, actively purging your closet and plan to sell your items, then you can sign up as a closet purge. So those are the two options that are available within my platform. Plus, you can also sell, if you're scared of the camera, you're not ready to go live, you can always do the option of taking pictures and listing your items in the group to sell. So those are the options that are available on my website.
So Karen, I'm just gonna jump in here because I want to keep it really real with you guys. When you go in, Karen and I have the same options, the same prices. Like these are two Black women not knocking each other. Okay, we are working together, and we want the same great deals like everybody else. And so our prices are, to me and Karen, very, very fair, very fair. Now we do see people go in and you are selling on Poshmark, and then you come in and you try to check the individual selling for the live. Like, be fair to us as well, because we're going to check you. We're going to check you. People make mistakes. They didn't realize. We've tried to be very specific in which specific option you should take if you're an individual versus a reseller. But be fair to us, because this platform allows so many other people to just supplement their income, to be able to do things with these lives, and as I said, make some extra money. But we're not trying to beat anybody over the head on making money ourselves, and we're going to walk you through all the stuff we're doing behind scenes to make sure this runs as smoothly for you. And this is not my full-time job.
But it feels like it feels like a full-time job. It does take a lot to work behind the scenes. I actually have 3 of my most best friends who are helping me now, because this has blossomed into such a great opportunity that so many of you have taken advantage of doing it. So it does take a lot of work behind the scenes, and our pricing, again, as Ayana said, it's reasonable, and it's also competitive. So we just ask you to be fair with us, and we are definitely going to work with you to make sure that you using our platform will be a success.
And Sonia McKeithen says, why is there a difference between closet purge and resale? A price difference. So closet purge and resale. When you have a reseller who has much more items, they're selling on different platforms. It's, to us, it's, you have the ability to spend extra than someone who just said after this live, like, okay, that's it. I need to get rid of everything from last year that doesn't fit anymore. And this is their one time they're probably going to do this. A lot of the resellers do these things. I mean, we've had resellers sign up for the full month, once a week for a month or two. Okay, so it's just a matter of you having that extra, this is not your first time in the foray of selling. So you have, it's how you would say as a business owner, you have to pay to be a business owner. You have to put out some money. This is you putting out money, but you will end up probably, because of because of how much items you normally might have versus a seller, an individual seller. So that's where the difference came from.
And also, I'd like to piggyback on that, Ayana. Can I piggyback?
Absolutely.
On that. Also, with a reseller, you have more experience. As Ayana said, you have more inventory, so you have a better opportunity to make more than what someone that's just selling from their closet, because they typically would have like their size. So they're only selling maybe size medium, size 9 shoes, their category. Whereas a reseller, you would have plus size, you may have sequins, you may have leather, you may have just a variety of items, sizes, price points. Additionally, you're able to publicize your platform on your posts or in your video. You're able to market to our audience, and in turn, our audience will come to you. So we're giving you an opportunity to market to our community. We have a captive community of women who love shopping. They love style. They love getting items on a budget. So that's where that increase in the price point plays in.
Thank you. All right, so we're gonna keep going back and forth between questions, unless there's a question in there, Corinne, that you see that we can jump in and answer right now. So, and then Thrifting Divas, for me, to book a live with me, just, I normally put a link to the form, or people can DM me and say, hey, I'm interested, and I send the link out as quickly as I can. Um, I will have it in the Thrifting Divas announcement page at times. So it just depends. Right now, for me, June and July are sold out, and I've only opened up dates for August. So, which I think is about halfway sold out is ready already. So that's how you can find me. And then Thrift Babes, which is Sammy's group, you can just go to her group, Thrift Babes, and I believe she has an announcement as well as how to book a live with her. Okay. All right, so let's jump in. So now you've booked a live and you said, yes, they have made me feel I could do this. I can do this. And you say, I am booking my live. We did my cousin, I'm sorry, my cousin just emailed, put a note just now. Is there any lives today?
We will be done before the lives. We will be done.
2 lives today, and Thrifting Diva is fire, so I will not make you miss any of those. But anyway, sorry. It just came at the top, and she's like, this thing is so addictive. Anyway, you've decided you want to do a live. Before we are going to be using both of our right now, Thrifting Atlanta and Thrifting Diva uses the virtual assistant, and I think there are a lot of questions in there about the virtual assistant. So let Karen talk a little bit about it, and I can foot stomp on anything that she missed, and I can go through in the meanwhile while she's talking any of your questions that you may have. So Karen, talk to them about the virtual assistant, and more importantly, tell them, because I've had a few people say, well, can I not use the virtual assistant? And I'm like, listen, you will hate me, Thrifting Divas, and lives for like at least a month after going live without the virtual assistant. So explain to them what the virtual assistant is and why it is so important that they understand why we're using it.
So I will go back a few weeks when we started doing the lives. The first group of sellers, God bless their souls, when we did the live in the group, after the live was over, so after you guys have commented on the item number that you wanted, you put your email addresses in, they had to actually go back and watch the entire video. Sometimes they watched it 3 or 4 times to determine who commented first. So it was a lot of work that they had to do to ensure that they selected the person that commented first and claimed that particular item. Thank God, Dawn Gonzalez, the sense of style, follow her. She was the one that introduced us to our most loved virtual assistant. With the virtual assistant, it takes away a lot of time that the seller had to use to determine who won the item. The virtual assistant is not a person. Okay, it's not a person. The virtual assistant is a bot. So it's like an automated system that knows it's triggered to capture the first person that types in sold and the item number. So that's why when you're watching the live, we're constantly reminding you to comment sold and your item number. This virtual assistant or the bot, it captures that person to the millisecond that it reaches the system. So when you are, as a buyer, when you're commenting, sometimes on your screen, it may look as though you've commented first. But we have the bot, and the bot is the one that determines who commented first. At the end of every sale, our sellers, they receive a transcript of every single comment that happened during their live sale. And those comments have the exact timestamp for every single comment. And that is how we're able to determine who commented first. It also lets us know who is second in line, just in case that first person changes their mind or if they pass on that item. the second person that commented will be contacted. And then if that second person isn't interested, we have record of the third person who commented. And let's just say if that third person doesn't want the item, the seller can use that transcript. They can look to see who the fourth person was, the fifth person, and so forth. So that's why, and I'm talking to my buyers right now, that is why if you're watching the sale and you're interested in an item, even though it may say that someone else has claimed the item, you should still go ahead and comment sold and the item number. Because technically it's not sold until a person has paid their invoice. So don't be discouraged. A lot of us have different Wi-Fi. I'm probably going further than what Ayana asked me to address, but sometimes you have a lag time with your internet. I'm going to call out Stephanie Hill. She has the fastest internet speed in the nation, but there are some things that you can do to make sure that you're in the right spot at home, maybe using your laptop versus using your phone, or using the phone versus your laptop. That way you can be sure that you are on your fastest internet speed. So again, the virtual assistant, it really benefits our sellers in the sense that it takes away that time that they used to use having to like go through the feed, because there are thousands of comments that come through during a live sale. So just imagine, as a seller, after you've done all this work prepping for your sale, you've done your sale, you spent an hour online doing your sale, and then in turn you have to go through a video and watch every single comment that comes through to determine who's first. So I know a lot of you, maybe my sellers, you get frustrated with the virtual assistant, but it's really there to be fair. That's our only way to determine who was first, second, and third. So it's a love-hate relationship with the virtual assistant. I get mad. I'm like, wait. And then I have to think, oh, I wasn't first.
And at the end of the day, because we have people who say, yeah, the virtual, I'm seeing it in, as you said, I'm seeing it on my phone right now in this moment of the sale that I'm first. But the virtual assistant is going beyond to the millisecond. So you're seeing it by the minute, they're going to the millisecond, and therefore maybe that's why, okay? But this is what we're using, and it really does help. Now, I would say to you that if if you're organized beforehand as well, and you get after the live happens, what you get from myself and Karen is 2 spreadsheets. We give you the comment transcript, and that's what she was explaining, where you don't have to listen to the video. You can just move through the comment, and it's PDF. So you don't even have to literally read through it. You could just put Control Find, put the name in, boom, it tells you where this name appeared, and you're there. Find an email address, you put the name in or the @ symbol, and it sorts in all the email address for you there. So it's a really easy way for you to get those invoices out. I mean, I was able to do my invoicing, which I thought was like, oh my gosh, one of the reasons I did not want to do a sale before the virtual assistant is because the invoicing to me is the worst part of anything. And I did my invoicing in less than a day. I mean, in few hours. I think I did, if you add up the time I spent, I did my invoicing in about 2.5 hours, because I used the virtual assistant and I was able to do that portion. And we'll give you a tip as to the other part that goes in there, but that's not with the virtual assistant. Karen.
I'm seeing some questions in the chat asking if there's a fee for the virtual assistant. How do I get the assistant? It is a part of the package. So when you book your sale, you are going to use the virtual assistant when you do your live. Also, again, as Ayana was stating, you will get a spreadsheet typically within minutes after you've done your sale. You will get a spreadsheet that lists the person's name. It also lists the item number that they've won, and it also kind of groups all of their items that they purchased into one. So you can look at the sheet and see Ayana has purchased item number 13, item number 22, item number 100. She has 3 items. Next in line is Karen. Next in line is Dawn. Third in line is Stephanie. So it is very detailed, and also tells you the time that they commented to get that item. Then the second sheet you'll get is a PDF of every single comment. Sometimes you'll get about maybe 5 or 6 pages. But like Ayana said, you don't have to take your time to read everything. If you do Control F,
F. Mm-hmm.
yeah, Control F, you can type in Karen, and any comment that I've made, you'll be able to find that comment. So it really does benefit you to use the virtual assistant. You don't have a choice, because it is a part of how we do the sale. We want you to be successful. Again, the first group of sellers that did this without the virtual assistant, God bless you, because that means you have a lot of patience and that you were definitely committed to making this work. And because of you, we're able to continue having this opportunity for other sellers who want to make some money and clean out their closet.
I mean, in reality, as I said, we will send those invoices. I mean, those spreadsheets literally within 2 seconds, 2 minutes of you ending that live. I am already sending that over to you, and we'll talk a little bit about that information. But between us getting that, because we want you to send your invoices out soon, and we'll talk about that as well. But let me move on a little bit to just Corinna, unless you can go through some questions and then we can come back. I know a couple questions that have come up is how much does it cost? Sorry. Yeah, duh. This is not a hide and seek game. So it's $34.99 for individual sale. And those are people really who are geared to cleaning out their closet. They are not resellers. They just want to make some extra cash and clean out their closets, or they have things around that, that they wanted to get rid of. Reseller, it's 40, is it 49? 59. 59, sorry, it went up. 59. So it's $34.99 for business and $34.99 for individuals and $59 for resellers who want to use the platform. But with that comes the virtual assistant. We do pay for the virtual assistant. It's not free. So that's why we raised our prices to cover that cost. But you don't have to do any of the work with even running the virtual assistant. It is there for you. But we are trying to take we want you to focus on cute items, selling it, and getting it to the buyers. We don't want you to have to focus on too much of the admin stuff. That's what we are, getting paid for per se. So we focus on that admin and making sure you have what you need for that portion of it. All right. So now you have booked an item, you've booked a sale. We're talking live here. You've booked a live. What do you do next? Now, as I said, I'm sold out till August. So let's say you have June and July to kind of get your act, I will say, together. I'm in the military, so I am a very, I need to do this within 10 days. I need to do this in 24 days. We are like 30, 60, 90, 45 people in the military. Like, what's the plan? And you have to have a plan. If you're going to kill this, if you're going to sell and do a great job in getting your items out the door and making money, you got to do a little bit of investing some time in yourself. So the first thing I am going to say to you is that you want to have pictures that we can use for sneak peeks. And a promo picture. People want to know, maybe they've seen you in the group before, like they want to attach a face to who is selling. So they want to see who's that. I've gotten pictures where it's so dark that I'm like, I can't see you. You want to have, and this is not telling you to go and do any photography and pay for anyone to do this. This is just getting a nice setting, take a cute little selfie, and send me that. But you want something that looks good on the promo, because I make all these promos for everyone. And as you can see, I do a different promo for every single person, which is a lot of work. It's a lot. That is a lot of work to do a graphic design piece for everyone. So if you can help me out by having some really good pictures, then it's a lot easier for us to get that information there. So pictures of yourself, bright, clear, we can see you. And then secondly, pictures of what you're going to be selling, because people want to have a little sneak peek of what it is that they're going to come tune in for. You're asking someone to stop what they're doing for an hour, hopefully, and tune into you to give them a sneak peek. Let them know, like, all right, show some colorful pieces, show some structured pieces. If you're doing designer pieces, whatever it is, but give yourself that opportunity to sell yourself before you even get on stage, because that's what's going to bring more viewers. And when more viewers come, your opportunities go up for your items selling out, or for even having a deep bench, I call it, that if one person passed, you have 2 and 3 people who are ready and lined up to get that item. But that is all part of the pre-portion of the live. I've gotten pictures where I'm just like, I don't know what it is you're selling. So can you send me another picture? And that takes time. As I said, I have a full-time job. I'm an attorney in the Navy. So during the day, when you see these posts are happening because I've stayed up midnight and I have pre-scheduled all my posts to drop in the middle of the day. So if you're sending me something for your live the minute before your live, I'm just not going to be able to get to it. So I hope you guys understand why that part of it is just as important. Yes, you're going live in a group, but I am trying to make an experience for my buyers as well. I shop these things, and I would honestly, I'll tell you, I'll walk away when I'm just like not inspired by what you have. I'm sorry. And that's for everyone who shops, right? So you want to bring the experience to their camera that they don't leave for that next hour. And starting that experience is way before you even turn on that live. It's about giving them sneak peeks and videos and things like that. Understand lighting. Pictures with you in a car is not a good profile picture. I'm just saying. Might be your cutest selfie then, but it's not a good one for the profile picture. Karen, I missed anything?
You talked about the timing as well of when
yeah, so I'm just going to go through it like that. Okay. So we talk pictures and information for promo. Oh, let's talk a little bit about the information for the promo. The buyers want to know what it is you're selling before they even get there. Is this someone that is going to have my size? If it's an individual closet and you're only selling size extra small and size 6 shoes, then I don't need to show up because I'm not going to find anything that's going to fit me, right? So you need to provide that information to me and Karen before you're live as well, because that is information I could put in the announcements and the promo. Sizes small to extra large. They want to know shoe sizes. Are you going to have accessories? Are you going to have bags? Are you going to, and what's your shipping? And I know there's a ton of questions about shipping in the comments right now. A ton.
That's a whole nother beat.
A whole nother beat. But that's the information I want to be able to present on the promo, that you're going to have these sizes. If there's anything special about your, a special that they should tune in for. Like today, I think one of my sellers, she said, I'm going to have a ton of, some designer pieces and things like that. People want to know. It piques their interest. Even if they don't buy, you just never know. So give me information. Don't let me have to try to figure it out from you. And that's why I'm saying you don't want to start thinking about this the night before you're live. You're already behind the schedule if you're now thinking about it while you're putting, curating your racks, which I did for mine. I knew I was going to sell at the end of May. And Karen will tell you, in March, I started bringing 5 pieces up each day that I knew that I was going to be putting together. And it's just 5. So it wasn't overwhelming in the end, because each day it was just a small chunk that I knew I would go to the basement and I'll spend about 10 minutes, pick out 5 pieces really quickly. Don't think too much about it. Bring it up, put it on a rack. It's done. So by the time my life came around, I did not have to stress myself about a picture at that time. Go ahead.
So I just saw a question. Someone asked, is the platform only for clothing? So it kind of goes back to how you see yourself. Are you a reseller or are you selling from your closet? If you're selling from your closet, it's clothing. So it's only women's fashion. I know for my platform, and I believe for also Ayana's platform, we ask that it's women's clothing, shoes, accessories. For me, my big no's are no underwear, no shapewear, no inspired items. That's one of my pet peeves with fashion, And it is also illegal as well to sell inspired, some people call them knockoffs. Those items are not allowed on the platform. Also, you're selling items from your closet. So that means no home decor, no, I don't want to be too specific, but let's keep it to women's fashion. If you are a reseller, and then I'm speaking for my platform, if you're a reseller and your business, you sell men's clothing, you sell women's clothing, you sell kids' clothing, I would allow you to sell that because that is a part of your platform. That is what your business is. So that's the only exception to that rule about women's fashion is if your business is selling men's fashion or kids' fashion. But again, be mindful. We don't want underwear, even if it's new with tags, we don't want underwear, and definitely no designer inspired pieces. We all want to make sure that our groups are not closed because Facebook, they monitor groups. They audit groups. They look to see what's going on within groups. So Ayana and I, we have worked very hard to build our communities. And we want to maintain that for years and years to come.
Right, I had shipping next, but I'll leave shipping for last because I know there are a lot of questions, but we'll try to keep that to the small portion. That's a whole different live. But we talked about, and the next one I had items to sell, which we just handled. Somebody asked in the group, when would you like your pictures? Whenever you book your sale with me, I say no later than 24 hours before, because I understand some people may not put the full racks together before about 24 hours. But I mean, you're doing yourself the disservice because the quicker I could get the picture in a promo and kind of put it out. And I'll tell you, I normally don't spread a promo beyond the day before or the night before. And the only reason, because here's the why, because some people have booked for July and they're like, I don't see my promo. No, you won't, because there's so much happening in the group that I don't want you to get lost in that clutter. Now, is it to say that you can't advertise your own? Hey, I will let you advertise, reasonably that you have an upcoming sale in my group. Karen has a different way of doing things. But I would say, reasonably speaking, if you have a sale coming up on Friday and Wednesday, you want to put something, you did your own promo, and you want to just give people a little reminder, a little taste, like, hey, mark your calendars, fine. But I will make sure that everyone is sufficiently promoted in the group, because I want people I want an experience. I want you to be able to sell your items even more than you just signing up, okay? So I will do at least 4 promotions of your event, which is 10 times more than you would get if you were to, Poshmark doesn't promote anybody's event, right? Think about it. So I normally do 4 times where I have a reminder out to the group, including where they've hit shop, and then I come back when you hit that live and I put the link in. Karen doesn't do it like that, but that's a lot of work. I'm telling you guys, like, it is a lot of work, but I really, really feel that, you're doing your part to bring the shopping to us, and I want to do my part to make sure the people come to you. But it's a lot of work. And so therefore, the quicker you're able to give me your information, and I don't have to hound you, then the quicker when I do the promo, I can schedule everything. It's done. A lot of this stuff I try to schedule so I'm not going crazy myself that day. And you will see, promos coming at 30-minute reminder, all these different things. And then even on top of that, when they hit shop, I come back in when the live starts and I put a link to the live directly under their tag so they know they could just click on that. That is all the admin that's being done for Thrifting Divas. Correct.
So I would like to kind of piggyback and talk about how I do the promo in my group. So what I do is for the week, I create a flyer that has your individual pictures along with the days that you are going live. And that post also has the time, and I tag you in that post. Shoppers are encouraged to comment, shop, So that way you have an idea of how many people are interested in attending the lives. Then you are asked to create your own promo post. I suggest that you submit that post, and you do this yourself. You'll post it in the group at least the evening before your live or the morning of your live. Again, we want that information to be very recent because you will be showing an actual video of your rack or of the items that you plan to sell. I also ask that you include at least 4 to 5 pictures of some really like amazing pieces that will grab someone's attention, and that you include it in your post. In the caption of your post, of course, as Ayana had already said, put the information that's going to grab someone's attention. What sizes do you carry? What is your price range? The brands that you have. Also, if you have any, high-end pieces that you want to showcase, you want to include that in your post. So you do your post, because coming from you, again, people are going to get excited because they get tired of seeing me posting all day. So it's refreshing to see, someone else promoting their sale. Now, what I do in the background is I'll pin your post to the top of the page. So whenever someone comes in, they're able to see that post immediately. So that is my way of promoting your sale. The last thing that I do is on the day of your sale, at least an hour before your sale is scheduled, I post an individual flyer, again, just promoting your sale, because it's a lot of work. Again, Ayana and I know a lot of people think that this is our full-time job. I wish it was, because I love doing this. It's a passion of mine. But realistically, we are both full-time workers, and we have families. So we take a lot of time to make sure that you guys have all the tools that you need to be successful at hosting lives. And I do want to say one thing. Thank you. I see Dawn is in here answering questions for us. Dawn has been with us for a while, so she's rocking this platform. So she is in here answering some questions. If there are any other sellers who feel comfortable answering questions for us, please do. I didn't realize we had so many people that are like ready to do this.
Listen, you can make money. Why would you not? It's funny that we first started doing this, I was reaching out to people who were like mostly on the Poshmark platform, and they said no, and I'm just like, this to me is so like a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
You could clear out, but average. I mean, let's talk average. I mean, we had one in my group. I had one seller that sold 103 items in a 1-hour live.
You can't do that on Poshmark.
In 1 hour, she sold 103 items in 1 hour. She was definitely, she knew what she was doing. She was organized. She, and we'll talk a little bit of how you could be as organized as she can. I would say it is, and that was her first time, which was to me amazing. Oh, wow. My first time, I only did 79, but even my lesson learned is that we will talk about the day of the live now. When you're on the live itself, I'll come right back to that. But let's talk day of the live. So day of the live, normally on the weekdays, most lives are 7:30. Corinne has 8 o'clock. And then on weekends, we have different times. You need to yes.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the comments. Please, if you don't have anything positive to say, as with anything, just scroll through. This is our oh gosh, this has just kind of dropped me. This is our way of kind of having an escape from what's going on. Let's just keep it at thrifting. Let's keep it at what we're discussing today. There's no need to put any negativity. There's enough out here already. So if you don't like what we're discussing, you're more than welcome to leave the live. And please keep your comments positive. If you don't have anything good to say, then as your mama taught you when you were little, don't say anything. Don't say anything at all.
I will definitely be
I'm about to
rereading this
flop.
live, and you will no longer be allowed in this group or anywhere. But okay, I'm sorry, I don't see it. But so the
Thanks,
day of the
Tara.
live, huh?
Tara answered it for us, but thanks,
Okay, thank
Tara.
you. Thanks, Tara. Um, okay, so the day of the live, 15 minutes. I always say 15 minutes before the live, we're going to join. We're going to start the live. And let me explain, ladies, that 15 minutes is so crucial. Like things happen, technology happens, whatever it is, but we need those 15 minutes. So I have a lot of people who start the lives late, and you're doing yourself the disservice. And the reason being is this: we start the live in the Thrifting Diva page. And the reason we have to do that instead of the Thrifting Divas group like we used to do before is because the virtual assistant only works on a page. So the
Mm-hmm.
page, which is where you are right now, but you may be looking at it from inside of the group, is different. And we explain all of this to you via email. You have to read your emails. You cannot do this if you want to come on live 5 minutes before and then try to ask me 1,000 questions, because there's so much stuff happening. So please, please, please read your emails. You get a confirmation email when, within a few days of you signing up for a live, especially if your live is very soon. Obviously, I haven't gotten to anyone's emails yet for those in July because I'm still working on June's people. But you will start the live in the Thrifting Diva page. And once that live, that's the only time I get the link. Once you start the live, then I can share your link. If you don't start the live, I cannot share the link. If I can't share the link, you're not going to get as many people right away coming into the live because we are on the page and not the group. The group is where the members are, right? So please, please just understand the importance is not for me, but it's for you. If you want to kill it, if you want to start on time, if you want to not look confused, if you want to look organized to the buyers because they look at these things, I as a buyer look at these things. You want to start that 15-minute be on time. I am there, I'm ready, I'm waiting. So 5 minutes, if you're, giving me 5 minutes to share, that's not going to be a lot. So please just understand that. Things you can do, sorry, before you start is check your lighting. I mean, lighting is great because you don't want, if people have to squint their eyes to see everything that you're selling, they're not going to buy. I mean, that's just plain simple. I can't make that any plainer. If they can't hear you, they're not going to buy. If you look unorganized, you will see your numbers with people viewers, it will just immediately start dropping. If you're boring, they might not even stay around. I'm just being straight with you. It's true. You want to come in there, you want people to have a good experience. And that experience start with how you're there. If you look like you don't even want to be there, why would I stay? You look like you're like, all right, next, you know? So I am giving you all this information because I've learned the hard way myself. So if you want
Mm-hmm.
that experience, then you got to put out that experience. And what you can do is watch a few lives. I've had people do lives in my
Mm-hmm.
group who have never
Mm-hmm.
watched a live in my group.
I mean,
So they
that's, yeah,
have
that's number one.
they have no idea. And the members of the group who are about the lives know what they should be expecting. So please, for your own sake, watch a live and participate in a live, buy from a live so you could see how the experience work, what you don't like, what you will do differently. Before I did my live, I had watched basically every live, so about 30 lives, and I knew what I liked
Mm-hmm.
and I did not like, and I knew what I'll do different, and I knew what I would do for mine. But you have to put some energy into you to make that money. It can't be everybody else doing it for you. So when people were in the lives and they're calling a number 1, 2, 3, I knew they had never been in a live. And you know who was the one checking them? The buyers. Hey, don't say the numbers in order. Even though that was information I had sent in the email, don't say the numbers in order and then they're asking why not? Because you have not checked, you haven't done your market research of the group, you haven't done any of this information. Check and see what people like, check and see what people are selling. Because yes, you might just be doing a one-time closet thing, but you want it to be very, very beneficial, that you don't have to still stay, you put out 100 items and you sell 50. Then you feel like, well, was it worth it? As I said, the young lady, you can do on an average for 1 hour while you're doing a live, you can average, I would say between 75 to 95 pieces is the average pieces that you can show to your audience. Go ahead.
Did you talk about the timing of how you show the items? It kind of depends. Like
No,
if you're reading comments. Yeah.
no,
So one thing we like to advise is if you're trying to get through as many items as you have, you want to be conscious of the fact that if you took time, because even with this live going on right now, it is really hard to watch all of the comments coming through and addressing the questions. If we did that, we would still be at the beginning stage talking about how to book a live, because there are a ton of questions coming in. So what you may want to do is to tell your buyers when you start your live, hey, I have a lot of great pieces that I want to show. I have so many beautiful things. I want to send it to a new home. So I may not have time to answer every individual question. You can watch the replay, because this video that we're doing right now, for those of you that have missed the beginning, maybe you missed the entire video, this video lives on forever. So you're always able to go back and watch the video. So my point is, when you're selling your items, if you take time to read every question, you're not going to get through all of your pieces. I know when I did my live, because I was still attached to some of my pieces, I probably talked a lot about how I wore it, when I found it, what I loved about it. But if I would have just went through and say, hey, this is a BCBG wrap dress, $10, size medium, item number 222. This is a pair of Tory Burch heels, size 9, black, $25, item number 223.
right.
I have gone through a whole bunch of items, just giving you the details that you need. Because even myself, when I'm shopping the lives, I don't want to hear all your stories unless they're like amazing stories. But for the most part, your buyer wants to know the price, is it going to fit me, and what is the item number so I can start typing. So keep that in mind, and you'll be able to get through as many items as you have. Or for those of you that have higher price points and you have some, great vintage pieces, some cute pieces that are brand names, and the way that you would sell the item is to give a story, hey, that will work. So just kind of determine what type of seller you're going to be, and you will definitely rock this platform.
And in determining that, hey, why not do a practice in front of your friends or a person? I would say, now that COVID is opening up a little bit and we can have people in our lives a little closer to us, get someone to help you. Like this, I know people do it by themselves. Like those, to me, those are the people that are at a level that I'm not at. I had my husband and 2 kids helping me because I'm not there. And if you are doing this for the first time, you're not, first time doing a live, it's a 1 hour, right? Get someone to help you, because you cannot, I have people who stop and reading all the comments. That's time, and you're not getting extra time on the other end. So you need to be very careful about that. So run a practice in front of someone, have people help you, someone who's just reading the comments, and you could tell them, hey, if there's a comment about I didn't hear a number or something, you can bring that in. But not every comment is going to be addressed in a live. And so the buyers know this, they put it out there. If you get it, you get it. But the comments is a good way of, sometimes you've lost connection. People can't hear you at all. And they're trying to tell you, we can't hear you. You have, have someone helping you with that. I had somebody helping me even just pass me the rack, move, boom, 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 because the buyers are not here for us for a party. It is to shop and get off. That I have learned that my own self. They don't care about where it came from. They don't care how it fit me. They don't care how cute I thought it was. Listen, what's the price? What's the size? And what's the item number? And especially if it's not something they like, Keep it moving. Let's see if you got something else in there. So take our advice. This has happened to me. So even I was like, Corinne, I only did something. Yeah, because you're talking about how cute you thought it was and you like it, and they don't care. They don't care. They want to see the clothes. We could have a DM message about that later. Show them the clothes, let them do what they got to do, and keep it moving, because you have 1 hour. You have technically an hour and 15 minutes if you've done this right. You have 1 hour and 15 minutes, and that's what you need to do. Sell your pieces, keep it moving, and move on. Okay, we're running out of time. So someone talked about a ring light and lighting. So obviously during the day, it's great. I don't have a ring light here anywhere around me. This is just pure natural light in the house. So if you have a place that has great natural light, do that. If not, correct.
So this is me without a ring light. And then this is me with the ring light. But the ring light really does help in the fact, of course, of the lighting, but also it holds your phone. And I think we need to talk about the best option to do a live is using your cell phone. You should not use a laptop to broadcast your live. It's just take our word for it. You want to use your cell phone. Now on your ring light, of course, you have a stand, so you can put your phone on your stand and your hands are free. You don't have to get your husband or your kid to stand for 1 hour holding your phone, right? Or zooming in on items, and invest in the ring light. If you're only doing this one time, use it and or you can use it for something else. Some people use their ring lights for different purposes, especially now with a lot of us not being able to see our family members. You can use this when you're doing your Zoom meeting, or if you're calling your relative. It does make you look, cute. You look poppin'. So definitely invest in the ring light and use it for your live.
And it's not just about you looking cute. It's you're putting, I keep saying this, and if you understand, if you walk away with one thing, is make the shopping an experience. I like going where I know they're gonna have a cute background. I feel like I'm going shopping. Like I'm bougie. Right. I'm a thrifty bougie person. It's just how I am. So when I see, I think Tamara is one of my sellers today. She has her room light laid out. I'm like, girl, I'm about to get me some Moscato and shop. You want to bring that experience to them so that they stick around and they're like, oh, look at that. People start shopping and stuff that it's not even up for sale around your room. That's the experience. So you need to, when you're getting ready for all of this, just think about your background, and I'm not saying that you have to go anywhere to do this. Move a couple of chairs out of the way, move the background, and just make it like that, like you are inviting someone into a bougie closet so that they want that you're going to sell them stuff and they're like, oh, I want that, I want that, I want that. Because that's how you're going to kill it. Make the experience for the buyers. And as I'm speaking from a buyer and a seller, like I moved around my stuff a few times because I wanted you to see the items. I want you to feel welcome into my closet space, whatever that space I created. So make it an experience for them, because people will just, they come, they look, it's too gloomy, I can't hear. Next, what's on TV, or what's, you have to catch their attention span. And those are some of the external effects of our brain that's working to keep us there. We talked about, so organizing items. One of the big things, and we've seen people mention it, and I think Dawn just talked about it in there, is make a spreadsheet before the live of what your items are. If you are grabbing items at that moment and then making up all these crazy numbers, like, oh, well, what else we have to sell? What have to? Oh, here, pillow. Make this 1,001. Okay, listen. You may be able to get away with that for the last 5 seconds because you ran out of the stuff you've tagged already, and you just want to. You're like, oh well, I got some extra time, but it's not going to work for you in the long run. when you have put together your rack, you should have a spreadsheet of the item number and what it is. And how this will help you when you get your virtual assistant spreadsheets, you can just marry them up. You'll have now a name of a person who's bid on that item. You can move it over, put it and send that invoice. Because now you don't have to worry like, what in the world did I say was 1,000? Because you decided to be Johnny on the spot and make up names for everything and numbers, okay? So be organized beforehand because the invoicing process and the shipping process is very important. Individuals want to get their stuff quickly. Like, I didn't know why they were rushing when we were in coronavirus land because we weren't going anywhere, but now we're going. So trust me, people want their stuff. So when you are done with your live, make it a habit right away. Just get the invoicing and the virtual assistant will get that information to you very quickly. You should be finished with invoicing within, good 2 hours if you've done that portion. I learned the hard way because I did not have a spreadsheet. So while I was doing my live, Corinne was very gracious to create my spreadsheet at the same time. So if you want to do it like that and have somebody who's actually doing it, but remember that person should be looking at comments. So
we have a lot of questions. We have a lot of questions. We have a lot of questions about shipping. I don't know if we'll have time to really go into detail about it. We may have to do another session if we don't have time, because I know we're only supposed to be here for an hour.
An hour. Okay, let's talk shipping real quick, guys. All right. So shipping. You want to take this because you are definitely the queen of shipping.
I don't know about that. Shipping. Okay. The first thing is you need to order your shipping boxes online from USPS.com, United States Postal Service. You want to order the free boxes online. What I've noticed is that a lot of our sellers, they would do the live and then they go to the post office to ship their items, meaning they stand in line with their items, get the boxes that are there, and then when they get to the agent, the price is enormous. The reason being is the boxes that are typically at your post office are going to be the flat rate boxes. The flat rate boxes are more expensive, the shipping price, I should say, are more expensive than the regular priority boxes that you will get quicker from ordering online. The post office, they want to make, they're a business. They want to make money, so they're not going to have those boxes readily available to you. So if you are a seller and your plan is to host a live or you've already hosted your live, today go to USPS.com to order the boxes. I wish I would have brought some with me today, but I have some. Oh, you have some? Yeah. So the ones that we suggest getting, the only flat rate that I would suggest getting is the flat rate padded envelope. That padded envelope can fit about 3 items. When I say items, I'm specifically talking about like fashion pieces. So whether it's a shirt, a light dress, maybe some shorts, something that you can really fold up, really small. You can stuff it into that envelope. It is padded and it's a little stretchy, so you can fit up to 3 items. Because it's a flat rate, no matter the weight of that particular item, it doesn't really matter the weight of that of your envelope. For me, I'm in Atlanta. It typically I'm losing my train of thought. The cost is typically under $8. It's about like $7.95, $7.75 to ship that padded flat rate envelope that Ayana is holding up. The other box that I suggest that you order is the priority box. Okay, so if you look at this box, it says mailing box. It looks like the other flat rate priority box that is offered at the post office, but this one does not have flat rate. All it says is mailing box. This is the one, when you go to the post office, you want to look for that particular box, or even ask the agents if they have those boxes on site, but try not to use the flat rates mailing boxes, because that is where the cost is going to be a little bit more than what you expect. In this box, you can fit a pair of shoes, you can fit maybe, you know, 2 small fashion pieces. It really does have enough space if you can really fold really well that you can stuff some items in there. Again, I'm in Atlanta. This box, when I'm shipping, is typically about $8 for that box. Now, the other great box is the shoe box. Again, this may be available at the post office if you ask for it, but you can definitely order that box. That one, I could put my arm. Ayana, see if you can put your arm in that box. Yeah, so it's pretty, yeah, it's pretty deep. So if you can fold really well, you can also put a lot of pieces in that box. It is designed for shoes.
I put 15, I put 15 pieces, not 15, maybe 12. Dawn will tell you. I put about 12 or 13 pieces in this box for Dawn last week.
And what was, do you remember what you were shipping?
Huh?
What was the price for the shipping?
$9.75.
$9.75. So again, those are the boxes that I would suggest when you go online to USPS.com to order the shoe box, order the mailing box, and also order the flat rate padded envelope. Okay, you want to try to stay away from the flat rate boxes because that's where the increase will be for your pricing. Now, secondly, you have your boxes. Oh, my other thing, the poly mailers.
I don't have those yet.
So the poly mailers, you can order those from Amazon, and I don't even have one in here. It's like the pink bag that a lot of you may see when you're, because you've been shopping on our lives for a while. But it's like almost like a, I don't want to say plastic, but it's that durable plastic bag that you'll get. Sometimes it's in a nice like shiny pink, it may be green, and you just kind of open it up because it's it has that sticky surface and you just kind of peel it open. You can order those from Amazon. The good thing with that is if your item is less than a pound, you can ship it first class. And first class will be a little bit less expensive than the, you know, the $8. It may range about $6 or $7 to ship that particular one piece item. So that's another way you can have some savings, not only for you, but also for your customer. Because again, you're spending money like for your spending money for your shipping items, also the time it takes you to go to the post office. So those are some costs that you can incur, and you can save some money when you are shipping your items to your customers. The third thing that I want to talk about is doing your labels at home. If you're printing your labels at home, I use PayPal to do my labels. It does save money versus going to the agent and actually letting them do the labels. It's going to cost more at the post office. So, you know, take the time. If you have a printer, invest in a, you know, good printer, and that way you can just print the labels from home. It's saving you time. It's saving you, it's saving your customer money for their shipping costs, and it does make it a little quicker for you to get the items out to your customers. Everyone is doing online sales right now, so when you go to the post office, there's typically a very long line at the post office if you're going in the traditional way of shipping. Ayana?
So, and you can also schedule a pickup. So it's not necessarily that you don't have to go even into the post office. I am trying to limit myself outside as much. So I, you know, for my next live, I will schedule a pickup, but I didn't have to do much even when I printed my labels at home. All I did was take them in and put them in the drop chute. So that took me about maybe 5 seconds inside the post office. I know some people, when they put you can always work out with your buyer, especially like a buyer who buys a blouse, like something small like this. If it was just one thing in there and you use the poly mailer, and the poly mailer was about maybe $4 or $5, and you want to mark that savings over to the buyer and say, instead of the $8, that's things that you can do. I'll say before we sign off, Karen and I do not get involved in the sales. I know a lot of people come to.
I try.
We try not to. But, if you're a seller, you should be making sure you sell items that's clean, no rips, no holes. I mean, just understand this is the same thing. Just because it's a live thrifting group doesn't mean that our buyers or anybody should be accepting items because you sold it for $5 means that it should look like $5. We are against that. I won't buy anything at thrift store just because it's $5 and it looks like, it should be in a dump somewhere. So push that out as well. Make sure your items are clean. Make sure there are no runs. Sequins are not missing. And if you want to sell something, be transparent. Maybe you can say, hey, a button is missing here. If you can sell it, if you can sew, this will be an easy fix. People are very accepting when they know what they're getting. But don't try to run, some funky clothes over and people receive it, because if you want to do another sale again, they're not going to come back. They're just not. If they have one bad experience with you, and we all know this goes across the board in life and everything. If I have a bad experience with you, I'm very not in the mood to give you another chance. So be understanding of that. And then they will complain anyway to me or to Karen and say, hey, this person is that. On top, and Karen, I'll say one more thing. On top of that, people who complain, like, you're buying all these items and then when it's time to pay, you're not around. This is mostly for the buyers, obviously. But if you're going to be bidding on items and you change your mind, it's absolutely okay. It is absolutely okay to realize that you were aggressive on the bid. You realized your Wi-Fi was working better than everybody else, and you got some items, and then you realize, oh, that's an extra small. I wear an extra large. That's fine, but don't just go ghost on the seller. Just say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to buy that piece, but I'll do this, whatever it is, so that they're not trying to find you, and then they have to figure out, okay, well, should I move on? Did the person just didn't get the email? They couldn't find themselves? Should I just move to the second person? Me personally, I'm not running after anybody. I'm just going to the second person. But I understand that it could be that you just didn't check your email that day, or you're busy with life and you just didn't do it. So just understand, especially in the cases where you want to pass on items, be courteous. This is a family. This is a group of women who are just, just trying to sell some stuff, look cute, and we don't want to have that type of negativity, if you know what I mean. Correct.
Going back to the shipping, I forgot a very important part is having a scale.
Oh,
how did I forget? I told you to print your labels at home, but you need a scale in order to weigh your box. Thank you so much. I'm looking at the comments, and you guys are really helping me to figure out what I missed. So yes, you do need to have a scale. So that way, after you've packed your box, you're able to weigh your item to know what the weight of your item is. Ayana is showing a scale that she ordered off of Amazon. Was it like $20?
I think it was 16.
16. Okay, so about $16. Basic scale that you just plug it in, turn it on, put your box, and it gives you the weight of the item, because you do need to know the weight of the item in order for that pricing. So they'll know what price that particular item would cost to ship to your customer. So make sure you order a scale. To piggyback on what Ayana talked about if you, as the buyer, decide that you don't want the item, of course, during the live sale, you can comment pass and the item number. Sometimes you forget the item number, so you're able to do that right away. But if the seller contacts you, you can let them know, hey, I've changed my mind. I don't want that particular item. If you've done it too many times, we do have a running list of people that bid and don't buy. So keep that in mind. The next time you log into a live, you probably won't be able to access that live because you're on our list. Secondly, for the sellers, I've noticed a couple of times that, if a live is going on and you're watching the live and you see someone who probably, didn't have a chance to open an email or didn't have a chance to let you know they weren't interested in an item, I really think it's unfair to comment to that person during someone else's live to let them know, hey, I sent you an invoice. Do you want your item? Check your email. Let's be courteous. This is that person paid for their spot to sell their items. It's not fair to, to go on, searching for your customers and commenting and telling them, to distract them from buying some other pieces. Again, we all have busy lives. We may not have had time to check the email. Please be courteous about that. With PayPal, especially PayPal, when you've sent an invoice, it tells you if the person has viewed the invoice. If they viewed the invoice, it's the next day and they have not paid. I mean, just move on to the next person. Keep a list, and the next time that they've ordered from you, they ain't getting no invoice because they didn't pay the last time. But please, it's really not fair to comment during someone else's live. I also see sometimes in my group, I see a post from like 5 years ago that rises to the top. And I'm like, why is this post to the top of the page from 2013? And when I look at the last comment, it's it's a seller who found someone in the comment section and, hey, I sent you an invoice. Let's not do that, ladies. Let's not do that. Just block them. Don't, they're not interested. Just chuck it up to a loss, keep your list, and keep it moving.
So I think we've come to the end. I hope this was informative. I hope that you got some little nuggets in here. I hope that your lives are amazing. Selfishly, I really hope your lives are amazing because I shop a lot on these lives and I like cute stuff. So, and I like cute, I like it, I'm like, ooh, this is going to be a good one. I like going onto a live and I see them open up and it's like, welcome. And I'm like, okay. So just, take it seriously, have fun. I will tell you, everyone who's done a live in the end has said it was a lot of fun. So I would say there's some work, but it's fun. So it's a good experience. Everyone who's come off, they were nervous, and I'm always nervous myself, but when I finished, I was like, ooh, it was like a little high, like, ooh, this is fun.
Yeah.
So understand that. Ooh, one thing to know that when you're looking at when you're on live, you will not see the virtual assistant. If it's work, I mean, they don't see it on the phone. You'll see it on a computer. And so some people are looking to see if things are sold and stuff like that. You won't see it like that. The virtual assistant.
And there's always like a delay, so you may not see it right away. But trust and believe us. At the end of the live, even if you yourself took the time and scrolled through the bottom of the comment feed on the actual computer, you will see all of the persons that have claimed an item. And again, they're claiming the item because, again, it's not theirs until they've paid the invoice. So it's always important for the buyers, keep putting sold in the item number because you never know where you will fall on that particular that list to be notified of the item that you want. So,
absolutely. And asking the seller in the moment, did number 2 sell? Buyers, let's not do that. Just if you want it, bid on it. Done. Then it will fall out where it needs to fall out. I mean, I've lost out on some amazing items. It's the internet. It is. It's not the seller's fault, okay? But I hope this was informative. It is good. If you want to watch in the replay, we will have it in Corinne's group and in my group. we will definitely keep it in those groups. But I hope this was informative. Thank you for all that you guys are doing, for all the sellers who've gone already, for those sellers who are coming after. I should not have going to kill it. I'm gonna be like, oh, they are doing everything we thought they will do and more. So I want you to make money. I want you to buy. I am doing the same thing in this. So have a wonderful afternoon. Be safe out there. Life is, stressful. This is definitely for me a good way of walking away from what's happening right now. It is not a way of forgetting what's happening. It's just a reprieve. Mental health is just as important when all these things are happening. And this is helping. This is my mental health. Just being able to understand, this is my mental health. Okay. So, Corinne, thank you so, so much for all you do for this thrift community. Thank you.
Thank you for doing this live. It was definitely a great idea and a great opportunity to let the masses know, hey, you can do this. You can definitely do it. We're both here to help you. There are some other amazing sellers who have, without us even asking them, they have been commenting on the comments, sharing their experiences. So that shows you the type of community that we have. There is enough for everybody. We're not here trying to hold anybody down, as long as you're within the guidelines. But there is enough for everybody. My style, my taste may not be your taste, but it may be somebody else's taste, and they love what I have to offer. So don't think that what you have may not sell.
Right.
Because, people's tastes, their budgets are different. I get a lot of people asking, do you think I can sell this Louis Vuitton purse? I'm like, do you know how many people in the group want to buy a Louis Vuitton purse? You never know. So don't think that your items have to be a particular price point. What I do suggest is that you have an array of price points, so that way you're hitting everybody's budget. All of your items do not need to be $1, because your dollar items, I probably would be like, you have a variety of price points. But I'm going off on a tangent. We have a store in Atlanta that sells items as low as 25 cents, and people rave about that. Honestly, if you go into that store, some of the 25-cent pieces, I would rather wait until the first day when everything is like $2 and you have the best things available. So again, don't think that you have to have a particular price point. We all have varying tastes. We all have different budgets. And at the end of the day, we are still women who love to shop. And if we want something, we're going to buy it. So please don't be discouraged. Okay? So again, thank you, Ayana, for inviting me on your platform to share. And again, ladies, let us make those cool.
All right, ladies, see you. As I said, I'm gonna plug it again. The 2 lives today in Thrifting Divas are fire. I'm actually working on a couple of devices that will make sure I win a couple things. So.
And check out my 2 lives today as well. I have a 4 and a 7 today. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies. Bye-bye.